and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to start with the public forum, the rules for a public forum. It's limited to 5 minutes per topic. Discussions or comments about town employees, agency members, or volunteers shall be avoided so as not to violate individual rights. There is nobody present for the public forum, so because we have no minutes from our last meeting, we're just going to go right to the director's report and the schedule for August with Michelle.
I'll give you just a couple of minutes to look over the director's report. Okay, I will start. First of all, welcome back. Thank you very much for your understanding of me taking care of my family long distance, so a lot of driving back and forth, but thanks again for your support in all of that. Let's get right on to it. On Thursday, August 18th, and I'm going to really lead with that because I think it's very important for everyone to know and to participate in. It is the 50th anniversary of the Senior Center, or the Council on Aging. It was established in 1972, and I figured this would be a nice opportunity to celebrate that. And I see that since that's been out and about, many other senior centers are now having anniversaries.
But we would just start.
Right, that's right.
Thanks to
I
you.
have to mention that. So there are going to be some local dignitaries, town offices, some state and local officials that will be attending. It's 12 to 3, 12 p.m. noon to 3 p.m. And there's just going to be refreshments served, little information tables of things that we've had throughout the years or continue to have, services, different types of services that we've offered and that we continue to offer. So our 50th anniversary celebration is Thursday, August 18th from 12 to 3. Any questions? Since we last gathered, we have a new 75-inch TV and a sound bar and that are used for movies and presentations. And we had one presentation that was an evening presentation, and they used the large television, and it was very nice to not have to look at the pull-down screen.
Yeah.
Color, it was nice, you could hear, so it was fantastic, and the presenter was thankful that we had that as well. It makes it a lot easier. I find it important to say that it came through a grant, because I feel that a lot of people think that it's taxpayer money, or, essentially it came from town money. It did not come from COVID relief money. It was a grant for some equipment or replacement equipment. So that's what I used some of that money for.
I think that's a good idea. When grant money is used, it's important that, people who don't know much about the senior center at this point, because they're younger, they don't have to think it's taxpayer money or something, so.
Well, it's taxpayer money, not Sutton's tax.
Right.
Yeah, but that's a good idea.
Well, yeah.
It's a different
Right.
thing.
So during the past 2 years with the spike in COVID, it forced me to find a way to get people outside. I mentioned it, back when we first received the money, to build a pavilion. And like I say, all good things take very, very long. So a lot of hurdles that needed to be and continue to need to be overcome. But right now it's kind of boiling down to prices have gone up substantially. However, in the last few days, within the week, things are dropping a little bit. So hopefully that'll head in the right direction. But again, I received a grant from the Federal Credit Union, Millbury Federal Credit Union, not a grant, it's not a grant, a donation of $35,000 to build this pavilion. And worst case scenario, maybe I have to scale it down a bit and not make it so big, but I'll figure that out. And I also had a very generous donor come forward and tell me that they are willing to do the foundation of that building. So that's fantastic. So essentially, all the money's there. It's just a matter of aligning all the stars together. I've had some questions asked, like, why do you need a pavilion? Why do you need a pavilion? Why can't you do something better with that money? The answer is no. It is very important that we have something outside that provides safe footing, shade, so people can gather outside, and be able to gather outside socially distant. All during this pandemic, people try to gather out in front of the building under the little shade that's offered there, and I'm not allowed to have that, haven't been, because it causes a problem, A, with getting in and out of the building, and B, everybody's right on top of one another. That was the concern then, being on top of one another. So, it would provide us the opportunity to have outdoor meals. It also would provide us with an opportunity to run any programs, any activities. Wouldn't it have been nice to have something like that during the pandemic, the height of it, which maybe it comes around again, where we could have continued exercise because it would have been outside. And I couldn't offer that outside because it would have been in the parking lot in the hot sun. So anyhow, I'm extremely grateful to Millbury Federal Credit Union for listening to my argument for that and believing in that and offering the money to build that. Again, it's very important that I mention that it's not from town funds or taxpayer funds or the senior center funds, and it is not from COVID relief funds, which seems to be the word on the street. This did not come from COVID relief funds. So it is a pavilion that I went in front of the bank and pitched, and they bought it. So just to
They're
make sure
very
everybody knows.
generous in many respects, and I'm not even talking about the Sutton Senior
Absolutely.
Center, just in the surrounding
Yeah,
towns.
yep, and-
Very good for a small bank.
Absolutely.
A small local bank.
Yep.
Yes, really.
Absolutely. So,
Very good.
any pandemic money, any COVID relief money that came to us came through Paul Maynard through supplies. So it's not like I was given, $50,000 or something to go and, spend where I saw fit. Didn't happen that way. It was, through the proper channels that we received things that were necessary to keep seniors healthy. So with that, we have an abundance of stuff, which is fantastic. So we're digging into that abundance, and we have put out masks, sanitary wipes, and gloves for the seniors to have on hand, because it's seemingly the numbers are pushing up, and I want people to at least have those. I want the seniors to at least have those tools. I just think it's important that they have them. We have them. They're not going to do me any good sitting there not being used, because I still have quite a stash. And anyhow, any pandemic money really came through emergency management and the proper channels, so we weren't given a hunk of money.
Michelle, let me throw one thing in there. For the people that don't know how the money comes in, it comes in through the state, through me, to Tim, to Jim, so there's no way that she can spend money on COVID if she doesn't see it. And that's the process.
Yeah. Yes. So, it's seemingly all very legitimate, but just wanted to let people know that. It's pretty important. Any questions on that?
No, I'd like to just say something, because it's a little bit about COVID. In the July newsletter, you had put a little article in there, like about getting the free COVID test kits
Yes.
for home.
Yep.
And I knew the other one that was available, and I myself did it and got them. And I didn't realize you could do it again, and this one was through the state of Massachusetts website. So I did it again, and I was able to get some more, because anytime I'm feeling that I need a test, it's in my house.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I just thought that was a good idea to
thanks.
include it, because there's probably a lot of people who, still some people don't know that it's available. And I am aware that certain pharmacies around are giving free ones to certain people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't go through that, or they weren't offered in
Right.
that way. But anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Those little tips are good when you put them in. Thank you.
That was a good thing that came down through the state.
It was.
So, and I'm glad to see you actually got it.
Yeah, I did, and I know many haven't, but I
Right.
really did.
Yeah,
so.
that's great. On a side note, when it comes to signing up for boosters, it is still a nightmare. It is still a nightmare. It's a nightmare still for folks who don't have a computer, and when they have come to me to get them an appointment, because many of these boosters you have to have an appointment for. So if you're able to walk in someplace, that's great, but the people that have walked into places have come to me saying, we need an appointment. Can you get us an appointment? And they don't have computer, so I go on. Oh my goodness gracious.
That hasn't gotten any better.
No, not really. And even when
Wow.
you call, because there is a number that you call,
It's busy.
it's busy, or it's
Leave a name.
frustrating. So if you're getting frustrated by that, I feel your pain, and certainly come on down to the senior center, because I'm willing to sit there and wait, or hopefully get through to somebody to get you an appointment. So for folks that don't have that ability to get that appointment, please continue to let me know, and, we'll do the best we can to get you an appointment for your booster. So, any questions? Okay. Clark is, does a great job with the outreach. Right now, I'm going to hammer on the fact that things are so expensive, as you all know. And our concern and his concern is through heating and food costs for senior citizens. As the prices are rising, our seniors are seemingly taking quite a hit, because they do live on that fixed income. And there is no way that they can downsize to go where they want to stay in Sutton. They want to stay in their home. And with everything going up, it's making it very, very difficult on them. Clark and I are concerned about how we're going to tackle the heating this season. And we do get a lot of generous organizations that help out towards heating costs. But I have a feeling that this year it's going to be just a little different, a lot more, So we're trying to figure out how we're going to do that to make sure that the seniors have heat. I might have mentioned last year we had a senior go without heat. And when we found out about it, Friends of Sutton Elders gave us some money to help that senior out to get their heat back in their tank and get things going so that they had some heat. So it's going to be tight this year. So again, if you ever hear anything that helps with heating costs, the same thing with food. Food pantry is kind of status quo, but what's making me very sad, and I'll continue to say that, I'm seeing senior citizens, and they want peanut butter, or peanut butter and jelly, or they want tuna fish, or they don't check off that whole list of stuff. They just want certain items. So that breaks my heart, because I think of maybe my own parents or my grandparents or whatever, coming to have to humble and use the pantry. Some of them just need some cleaning supplies. So for all the people that donate to the food pantry, I'm extremely grateful for all of that. And I just want to let everybody know that because of all these rising costs, the seniors are taking quite a hit. So keep that in mind. If we see any help, if you hear or see anything out there that could potentially help, feel free to let Clark and I know. That would be great. We can look into that. Any questions on that? Okay. All right. I'm being forced to mention this. So I've been here 17 years this month. Yay! Just letting you know.
This month. Wow.
I have a comment.
Sure.
Of course, I do. Just to let you know, you do make yourself available all the time for the seniors or relatives of seniors. Anyway, 17 years, it really seems like yesterday. But I just want to say that, speaking for myself personally and for many other people, I, for one, believe we are very fortunate to have you. You have a lot of your own issues, just like all of us have family issues, but you still persevere, and you're always ready, willing, and able to help if you can, and very many times you do. So,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks.
For staying with us for 17 years, and thank you
thanks for
still
keeping me
being here. A job well done, Michelle, seriously,
Thanks.
a job well done, and thank you.
I didn't make a mistake. I got on an iPad.
Oh,
Really?
11
o'clock at night.
right?
Well, she has nothing else to do
Right,
at
that's
11
right.
o'clock.
That's when I actually get to do some
I
work.
know.
And that's not overtime.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no, we don't.
Never that.
Oh, Toledo. So, all right, well, thank you.
Anyway, do you want to tell us about the August schedule?
Yes,
Anything
also
on the menu?
included in that are the numbers for outreach.
Okay.
You want to take a look at
can do
those. Those numbers, just to let you know that those are in there. But really, our concern right now, those numbers are what they are. We're concerned about heat and food for seniors right now. That's our big concern.
You know, I see this all the time, but I don't remember if I asked you about it. The senior home maintenance, snow, ice, yard work, is that still like mainly some of the younger kids?
Yes.
And they volunteer the
Yes.
work?
Yep. So it's really just young kids that are going, you know,
That's really something nice.
mow your
yeah.
lawn. If you have the lawnmower, they'll use that to mow your lawn. A weed whacker, if they're my older kids, they will, weed whack. So in the summer, I do have that availability. In the winter, it gets to be a little difficult because
Yes.
these kids rely on their parents to really get them to and fro. So a couple of times,
It's harder.
right, Tim has gone and shoveled people out that receive Meals on Wheels, so that Meals on Wheels can at least safely get to the door and whatnot. So winter, we do ask if the kids can take care of their neighbors. But during the day, if we find out that somebody can't, Meals on Wheels can't get into somebody's house, he's gone over this past couple of years to shovel snow.
That is a problem with Meals on Wheels,
Yeah.
because sometimes snowstorms come later in the evening or something, and because Meals on Wheels go out fairly early,
Yeah.
Even people who might have somebody to do, pay for somebody, they just don't have chance to get to them.
Right.
So that is an important thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Anyway.
So,
Okay, is there any questions or comments, anything on the outreach report? No?
so here's the preliminary August calendar. I have question marks all of it because I have not heard from these folks. Everybody's kind of hammering out, the summer is very difficult, so the newsletter
is.
is going to be just, a little late, but beautifully done. We think. So question marks here, I don't want to go and announce them just yet, but I will tell you that, we might be having a lunch and learn. We have Jen Hager, the town planner, who's going to come down and do another update on the town. We have our 50th anniversary party, and I'm super excited for that. Again, that's on the 18th of August, and I can't wait. Well, I can, because that means time flies.
It's all, summer's over.
Right.
Yes.
I don't need that. We are looking into a brown bag lunch. It's a surprise as to where it's going to be. Like we know, we're just confirming. And then on the 31st, I didn't put that in there, but that will be the tentative movie day. So if you want to scratch that down, definitely movie day. Just don't know which movie yet. So that's what we
I
have.
hope it's as funny as the last one.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys had a great time with the last
Oh,
one.
it was really fun.
Good. I'm so glad.
It was a good comedy.
Good. I'm glad. Phew. It's hard picking them.
Yeah.
Oh, we also have a women's breakfast. On the 30th. That we do have written in stone. So on the 30th of August, this one over here, Diane Hanley, is going to do a pancake breakfast for the ladies. So there'll be a sign-up sheet for that. You'll read more about that in the newsletter. So and that's another date that's in stone.
If that brown bag lunch becomes a reality, is that going to be a sign up?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So.
Okay. Does
Any question
anybody
on that?
else have any questions or comments or nothing? No? We'll proceed to the treasurer's report.
So this is through January?
This, yes. So this is, I attached the fiscal year for this fiscal year 2023. That's what we, I believe, this is what we've ended up with. Is I tried to get into the computer to print things out, but we're in transition, so I couldn't really get you anything. Most importantly, I just wanted you to see the 2023 fiscal year, this year that started on July 1st, the funding for the senior center.
You gonna have enough on the heating line?
That's going to be questionable. Really, that's going to be tight and tough. I'm almost certain of it. You know, the insulation and the new furnace years ago made it a lot better, energy efficient, and it continues to be so. But those rising costs are going to be tight.
So if I read this properly, the water and sewer doubled?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And quite often we might even go over that, huh, Barbara? Yeah.
Wow.
Is there anything else anybody wants to comment on or ask about?
What did Jim Smith get for you? New generator?
Oh, Paul, that's very good. I don't know if you noticed that we have a brand new generator. Thank you, Paul. Thanks to Paul and Jim Smith, we now have an efficient, new generator. Small, economical, quiet. And that is, first of all, having a generator there is brilliant, as the fact that it runs everything, pretty much. And having the stoves that are gas now, all that stuff has really made it easy. So honestly, thanks to Paul and Jim for recognizing that we needed a new generator before there was a problem, and putting in a new one. On that note, during this heat wave, we are a cooling station. So a note went out to Town Hall. I wrote an article for the newspaper and the local news to put that up. So if there's anybody in need of a cooling station, hot at your house, you can come down to the senior center. If in fact you can't get there, you can call us. We will come get you, and we will bring you there, and you can, maybe if you'd like, participate in a class. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to sit and chat. We can do that too. There's some puzzles, there's the library, there's computers, there's TV. So if anybody's reluctant on coming down, there are things that you can do, or you can just kind of stay to yourself and be cool. So if people just give us a call, we're happy to do that. We also have fans and water bottles available to seniors in need that need some circulation. So we will go and we will drop that stuff off to you as long as supplies last. And even if we get in a pinch, I'm quite certain that I can find some more fans and bottled water. So please don't be hot out there. There's a place to come and be cool.
Okay. Is there anything else, Paul? No, really, did we, overlook something that should be mentioned?
We played with the solar last year.
Yeah.
Did that?
Not really. No, I mean, it's come down, but I don't think it's as it's not efficient as it should or was intended to be, especially when it first started out. And I can't say it's any fault of anybody at the center or even Jim. I mean, we've had several people down there to look into that situation. So it's not as efficient as it should or was intended to be. So.
I don't know a whole lot about the solar in private homes and stuff, and I obviously don't have that. But it doesn't seem to be as popular as it was when, remember, there would always be, you saw more and more houses there, it'd be put up, and also it's almost like it wasn't quite the success maybe bigger minds thought at one time. I'm not saying it's not.
Right.
I'm not saying really. I don't mean anything derogatory about solar.
Yep.
But it just doesn't seem to be as proficient as it once was.
Right,
When
right.
it first came out, they offered so much more forward
True.
pay,
Yeah.
SRECs, and they've dropped off to another tier. Now
Yes.
you're not getting much. But now, as I said that, and I'm saying, maybe it's the use, because we've been getting a lot more heat days than we have over the years.
Interesting,
Maybe
yeah.
solar is doing something, but we're just not
We're not-
noticing it in
Could be.
funding.
Could be.
'Cause I've been trying to figure out, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't
That
think
might
of that.
be, the usage might be
Offset, yeah. Yep. Kicking. I see what you're saying, yeah.
me
Yeah.
mumbling.
Yeah.
And obviously
It is
during COVID, the fans, all the rooms that have fans in them, those have been really,
yeah,
all the time, they're on,
Yeah.
really, just
Yeah.
about all the time.
Yes, yeah.
Since,
Yeah.
since
We
the
certainly are.
lockdown ended.
Yeah, we
So,
are using
yes,
more
so-
energy, yeah. That's a good
And
point.
we are getting fiber optic. It's been put in, I just come from that job. Fiber optic is going to the sewer plant and to the center, which is going to give us, it's going to knock the phone bill down.
Thank
It's going to kick the IT speed up, and other things that I'm not going to talk about at the present time, that will be able to be done with fiber instead of telephone.
That's fantastic.
That has been some, Jim with his nice ways of figuring out how to spend funds and get funds for nothing, it's all being paid for with grant.
Wonderful,
town.
wonderful, right?
For the town.
Right, right.
And
Good.
all the public safety is being connected in.
It's
Mm-hmm.
Enough of me.
to the future. All of that's important for the future. Things change, get better in most cases.
I find continually that Jim, our town manager, is very, very receptive to anything that we bring forward to him. So I do have to put a feather in his cap, because I don't know how many towns have that kind of ear and relationship. So we certainly are grateful for that. So.
Very true. Is there anything else anybody wants to add? No? Okay, the Friends update. Well, first of all, I just want to say, again, this year, it's a little premature, but not that far. We are not going to participate in the Chain of Lights again this year. Not to say we won't still be open and do something, maybe different little things. It's still kind of being talked about, discussed right now, but last year, and it was a limited capacity of people coming through. Definitely it wasn't Chain of Lights or anything to do with the day of the town-wide Chain of Lights, but we had different Christmas things, or it was still nice. And it, from the Friends of Sutton Elders' point of view, it did raise some well-needed and accepted funds by things that had gotten sold. So there will be something, and again, it will not interfere or try to outdo the town of Chain of Lights. Nobody can outdo the Chain of Lights.
No, that's, yeah,
but,
absolutely.
So that's, there'll be a little bit more spoken about as it gets a little closer. And also because of COVID the last few years, the Friends of Sutton Elders, we have not done the fuel for your car, the giveaway in August, and again, in the winter months, the February months, February, March, we would do the fuel for your house. But hopefully, maybe this year, we could do it, not for August, the fuel for your car, because we couldn't give you enough to fill up your gas tank the way it is right now, certainly. Not that even a little would help, but it's just, we're just not prepared at this time to do it for August. But again, we'll see about doing the giveaway. And again, we call it a giveaway because at one time we said it as a raffle, and it got a little bit confusing here and there. So we call it a giveaway, which is exactly what it is. But hopefully we can do it. And especially now we have a monthly newsletter that it's because it's a whole lot different than 2020 and even parts of 2021.
Right.
The newsletter is there. And so hopefully we will do that again this year.
The center remains grateful to the Friends of Sutton Elders. So again, I have to toot people's horns because they're doing the best they can with the donations that come in. And when Clark needs something for a senior, or I face an obstacle with a senior, I can go to Friends, and Friends always gives us a hand. And they only are able to do that through donations, or the baskets they make, or the things that they sell in the store. So there's a lovely store down there, a little gift shop, very cute, a lot of good homemade stuff in there. So you can come on down while we're open and buy something and support your friends.
Through the years, and even through COVID, people have been so generous, as always, and our main goal is to give back, whether it's to give back through programs at the center or give back to seniors in need or people in some dire need. So one hand washes the other. So
Thanks.
Thank you to everybody who helps in whatever way. It's important, and we're happy to do it. Okay, is there anything else?
Manages the store, does a pretty good job, too.
Really? Well, thank you. As ever, Paul, thank you.
That's your-
Right.
Anyway.
We don't want to name names.
Yeah.
Rosemary.
It's an enjoyable thing. Okay, is there anything else?
I
Anything?
just mentioned
Yes?
that there's a baseball game coming up that's
Yes.
sponsored.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Friends have sponsored baseball games. They've sponsored some meals that have gone out, some shows that we've had. So, yeah. Yeah, the baseball game that's coming up at the Worcester Bravehearts.
Great. It should be a fun day.
It should be.
The
Let's hope for
people. It's
good
coming
weather.
up soon. Yes. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anybody want to add anything? Ask anything? No? Then we will close the meeting. Okay.
Make a motion, we close the meeting.
Okay,